Good morning, children. Okay, today I am going to take class for the 5th standard, and this is the 5th session for 5th standard. And the lesson name is the equatorial region. Okay. The equatorial region. Okay, in the last class I have explained about the different heat zones of the on the earth. That is torrid zone, temperature zone, and the freezer zone. The torrid zone will come in the equatorial regions. Okay, in this textbook they have given some pictures of animals. Okay, they have given pictures and the spellings are given in the jumble letters. ONIL. You can, by seeing this picture, you can identify that is the name of a lion. LION, lion. And next is elephant. ELEPHANT. Next as chimpanzee. CHIMPEIGZIAN. Next is crocodile. CROCODIAL. Crocodile. Okay. Now let's start the lesson. The equatorial region falls in the torrid zone and has a hot and wet climate throughout the year. The equatorial zone will falls in the torrid zone. As I said, I have explained you about the 3 heat zones of the earth. That is, this is the imaginary lines which divides the earth into 2 parts, that is the northern and southern part. So, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, upper part, north part of the earth is called what? Tropic of Cancer, and below south part is called what? Tropic of Capricorn. The middle line, which the imaginary line which passes the earth, that is called what? Equator. We are learning about this equatorial region. Okay, this again the earth is divided into 3 heat zones. That is the middle part of the earth is called what? Torrid zone, and above is northern temperate zone, and southern temperate zone. South temperate zone. This is north and this is south. Above this again and below the poles. Okay, this is freezer zone, north freezer zone, and below is south freezer zone. Okay, children. In this torrid zone, the climate is hot and wet climate throughout the year. The region is found on both the sides of the equator. It lies between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, this torrid zone will come above the and below of the equator. Okay, means between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, middle will be the equator. If we look at the map carefully, we will see that the continents and that come under equatorial region are South America, Africa, Southeast Asia. Okay, by seeing this picture, this map, will come to know that one. Okay, which are will be in the torrid zone. Okay, these 3 lines you can see. This is the middle part of the torrid zone. This is the equator. Middle line is the equator, and these 2 lines includes the torrid zone. In this torrid zone, which are the countries you can see? Which are the continents you can see? That is South America, Africa, and some part of the southeast part of the Asia, and also the off part of the Australia. These will come under the torrid zone. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, earlier called Zaire, lies in the equatorial region. We will be reading about the various features of this country in detail in this lesson. We are going to learn about the Congo region, means Democratic Republic of the Congo. Before it is called as also a Zaire. Location: Democratic Republic of the Congo is located in Central Africa. It is the second largest country in Africa after Algeria. Okay, Congo is the second largest country in the Africa. Okay, it is also a Central Africa. It is the second largest. First is the Algeria and second is the Congo. The equator passes through the north part of the country. Okay, the equator will pass on the north part of the country. The largest city, Kinshasa, is the capital. Okay, first is the Algeria and second is Congo. It is the country in South Africa. Kinshasa is the capital of the Congo. The Democratic Republic of the Congo is surrounded by the 9 countries. Let us see the neighbors of this country on the map. Okay, for this Congo there are 9 countries are surrounded that country. Okay, in we can see in this map. This is the Democratic Republic of the Congo. How many countries it has surrounded? 9 countries. Okay, geography. The Democratic Republic of the Congo has an area of around 2.345 million square kilometers. The western tip of the country is structured to the Atlantic Ocean. The country lies in the center of the Congo River basin. The Congo River is the main physical feature of the country and covers almost the whole country. Okay, you can see here different countries are surrounded the Congo region. This is Kinshasa, Kananga and Bukua, Bumba. These are the countries which surround the Congo. It is what is the area of that Congo is 2.345 million square kilometers. The area of Congo is 2.345 million square kilometers. Okay, what is the area of the Congo? That is 2.345 million square kilometers. The country lies in the center of the Congo River. Okay, this is the Congo. Okay, River Congo, which lies in the center of the country. Yeah, the main physical feature of this country is the Congo River. Almost it covers the whole country. The river basin in the vast low-lying around area surrounded by the mountains and plateaus. It is called a highway of Central Africa. Okay, it contains the river basin is the vast laying area surrounded the country. It is surrounded by the mountains and plateaus also. It is also called the highway of Central Africa. The Rwenzori range hills in the northeast and the Mitumba mountain ranges lies in the southeast. The Shabu plateau in the south and the Anglo plateaus lies in the southwest. The country is also known for its 4 lakes, that is Albert, Edward, Kivu and Tanganyika. Okay. In the northeast of the country, the Rwenzori ranges are present. These are the Rwenzori ranges which are present on the northeast of the country. And Mitumba mountain lies in the southeast. Mitumba mountain lies in the southeast of that country. And Shapa plateaus lies in the south and Angla plateaus lies in the southwest. South of that country lies the Shapa plateaus and the southeast plateaus present the Anglo. The country is also known for its, there are 4 famous lakes which are present in South Africa are Albert, Edward, Kivu and Tanganyika. How is the climate of this country? The Democratic Republic of Congo lies in the torrid zone and has a tropical climate. The region experiences rainfall throughout the year with high temperatures. This region has no winter season. In torrid zone, the climate is very hot and humid also in this place because it lies in the torrid zone and it experiences very high temperature and it always rain falls there. So there is no any winter season. They have only summer season and rainy season. That's all. Vegetation. What are the types of plants and what are the types of trees are grown there? We know that these regions receives rainfall throughout the throughout the year. So the country is rich in vegetation. Okay, in this place the rain falls throughout the year. So it is called what? Evergreen forest. The forest area is very dense and contains large varieties of trees and plants. The forest is very dense and it contains different varieties of plants and trees there. There are grasses, shrubs, creepers, climbers and tall trees. Okay, all the types of trees are present there. There are grasses, shrubs, herbs, tall trees, climbers. All these are present. The trees reach height of about 60 meters. The height of the trees may be 60 meters and above. These trees join to the canopy at the top. This canopy blocks the sunlight and makes the forest damp and dark. Okay, the height of the trees are very tall, very high, and it closes upper part of it covers the upper part of that forest, and down the dark of in the forest it will be a dark and damp there. The trees shed leaves at different times of the year. Okay, now in these places, at present you can see there, Ballari or some other places, trees will shed in the spring, autumn season, and again leaves will come in the spring season. But here, different plants are shedding, different trees are shedding their leaves in different types. So the forest is very green there. Thus, they are popularly known as evergreen forest. But that's it only. We call this forest as the evergreen forest. Animal life. The forest and grassland make the Democratic Republic of the Congo a natural habitat. The forest and grasslands make the Democratic Republic of the Congo is natural habitat for the wide varieties of animals. Here, monkeys, chimpanzees, gorillas, and baboons swing freely from tree to tree. Okay, in this forest, different animals can be seen. Monkeys, chimpanzees, gorillas, baboons are swinging freely from one tree to another tree. Elephants, hippos, lions, giraffes, and rhinos are seen in the marsh lands. Okay, we can see all these animals also there. The rivers and lakes are homes of fishes, alligators, and crocodiles. Okay, I said no, there are four famous lakes also present there, and the rivers like Congo. There the fishes, alligators, and crocodiles also present there. Many types of snakes are also found here. Antelopes, giraffes, and lions live in the grasslands. Antelopes and giraffes and lions, they live in the grasslands. Colorful birds and butterflies also found in large numbers, but it is very sad that hunting has reduced the number of animals, thereby making some animals extinct. Okay, we can see different types of birds and butterflies, everything here. Because of the hunting, they are reduced the number of animals in the forest. The hippopotamus is one such animal that is considered endangered. Okay, in that hippopotamus is also a endangering animal. The baboons and python chimpanzees are found only in these countries. Okay, this is also one type of gorillas type. Okay, that is baboon, bonobos, and pygmy chimpanzees also found in these countries. People and culture. How the people of these countries live. The people of the Democratic Republic of the Congo belongs to different cultural groups. Okay, in this place, different people live to different cultural groups. The region is thinly populated and people are scattered in different villages and towns. The population is very less here. They are divided and stayed in different villages and towns. Some people have migrated to towns to work in mines and factories and have also adopted Western life. Some people came to the towns and they have adopted the life of the cities. And they will work in the mines and the factories also. The major portion of the population lives in the Congo River Basin. Most of the populations are lives in the, I said no, the Congo River Basin, it is in the middle of the country and it covers almost all the parts of the country. So most of the people will live in the Congo Basin River. Their houses are thatched huts with palm leaves. Okay, that means they have like a patched house. Means they have made that they are hut with the palm leaves and the grass straws. The original inhabitants are short stature pygmies. Okay, original people, they are what they are called pygmies or the original. You can see in this picture. Okay, how they are short and they are called what? Pygmies. They are very short, measuring less than 150 centimeters in height. They live in and hands are still hunters and food gatherers. Okay, we can find still they are hunting the animals for their livelihood and also the food gatherers, means they go on searching their food. Very few pygmies still remain in Ituri forest in the northeast. The large number of Congolese and Bantu Negroes. Large members are the Congolese and the Bantu Negroes. What is their official language? In which language they used to talk? The official language of this country is French, and Lingala is the official language of the military. Okay, in military they will use the Lingala language. In the official use they will use the French language. Majority of the people practice some from the Christianity and the remaining still follow the traditional African beliefs and other religions. Okay, some of the people has converted to Christianity and some of them are still they are believing the African beliefs and their religions. Economy. The country has rich natural deposits of minerals and is the leading producer of industrial diamonds. Okay, this country is having the highest natural deposits like mines, islands, gold, everything, and also it is the highest producer of the industrial diamonds also. It also produces about half of the world's cobalt. Cobalt is produced in this country itself. Other minerals include copper, gold, silver, zinc, manganese, tin, germanium, uranium, radium, iron ore, coal, and bauxite. All these minerals also present in the country. Mining is the chief industries. Mining is the main industries there. Remaining other industries also present there. There are cement, paper, chemical, petroleum, soap and textile industries also found there. Water is abundance here. Electricity is produced from river Congo and is also supplied to other countries. Okay, the amount of water in this area is more, so they will produce more and more electricity and they will sell that electricity to other countries also. In the past, the Europeans exploited the natural resources of the country for their own benefits, that is keeping it under foreign rule for many years. Okay, European countries means it may be Britain and they exploited the natural resources of their country and they misused their natural resources for their country's benefits. And also they have kept the country in the foreign rule only for many years. In 1960, the country became independent, but still people have been unable to fully utilize their vast mineral resources. How we got the independence in 1947 for our country. In the same way, this Congo also got the independence, that is on 1960. Okay, but they are still not utilizing utilizing their minerals. Industries are not well developed and are based on agriculture raw materials. Industries are not yet well developed. They are mainly dependent on agriculture raw materials. Most of the minerals are exported. Means they are sold those minerals to other countries. Occupation. What the people of those countries, what they do? Farming is a major occupation. Large areas of it have been cleared for farming. The chief crops cultivated are rice, maize and cassava. Okay, these are the main agricultural products they used to grow there. Cassava is a root that is dried and pounded into flour, which is used to make bread. Okay, cassava plants, that is cassava plant is not the roots of that cassava plants are dried and they are powdered that one and they will make use of that to prepare a bread. Varieties of cash crops such as cocoa, coffee, tobacco, cotton, rubber and oil palms are also grown by the farmers and exported to other countries. All these crops also they will grow and they will export all those to the other countries. Fishing is done on a large scale in Congo as fish is an important part of the people's diet. Okay. Fishing is also because the country is completely covered with the Congo river. The fishing was also is important for them. The people that is also dependent on that. Transport and communication. Transport and communication are major problems in Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay, transport and communication is very difficult in this country because why it is difficult? The industries are situated deep inside the country, which makes it difficult for roads and railways to build. Okay, industries are settled in the middle deep of that forest. It is very difficult to build it railways and the roads for them. Mining centers are connected by railways and roads. Minings are connected to the railways and roads. The most important means of transport here is water transport. What is the main means of transport here? Water transport. Air transport is also becoming popular now. Cities. About 1/3 of the total population lives in towns and cities. 1/3 of the people will live in where? Towns and cities. The capital city Kinshasa is the largest city with a population of more than 1 million. Okay, Kinshasa is the largest city. The population of this city is more than 1 million. Some of the other cities includes Lubumbashi, Kisangani and Kananga. Lubumbashi is the rich in minerals. Other big cities like Kananga, Kinshingi and Matadi are the port cities. In these cities they have the ports. Consumer goods such as shoes and textiles are manufactured in the cities of Kinshasa and Lubumbashi. Okay, textiles and shoes are manufactured in Kinshasa and Lubumbashi. The Democratic Republic of Congo is very rich in natural resources, and with the help of development and proper infrastructure, it can become one of the richest nation in the continent. Okay, Democratic Republic of Congo is a very rich in natural resources. With the help of proper development, it can become one of the richest city in the richest country in this continent. Okay, this finish your 5th session for 5th standard. If you have any doubts, please send me to please call me children.